All right, my name's David, and I am the owner of So Clear Homes, also of Frey Homes, and the creator of the Gold FHOR program. That stands for Fractional Home Ownership Rental Program. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how an investment property, and I'm going to use this one right here, this one in Marietta, California, will pay for itself, and a personal home, I'm going to use this one here in Cypress, Texas. That's at $475, and that's a 5-bedroom, 3-bath, 4,100 square feet home. Now I'm going to do the numbers and show you how this all works out. So we've got our home here in Marietta. It's 8 bedrooms, 5 baths, 3,800 square feet. Now you see these 2 garage doors here. Those are 2 full-size garages, and we are going to include that in our number eventually here. So let me go to the calculator. So we have our 8 bedrooms, and going to Rentometer, we have Sierra Madre, Marietta, California, $272.97. And we are actually, what I'm going to do is change this to the 1 bedroom count, 3 months old, within a 3-mile radius. We got an average of $1,720 for rent from 11 homes over the last 3 months in a 3-mile radius. Okay. We got an 8-bedroom investment home times 1,720 per room, gives us a total of 13,760. We've got an additional 2 rooms from those garages that we're going to convert eventually, and we're just going to use the average of 1,720. We probably can get more for those because they're going to be considered like master bedrooms, but for now we're just going to keep it in easy, simple terms. $1,720 for each times 2 of those, an additional $3,440 on each. Combine the 2 for a total of $17,200. We're going to take this investment gross income, we're going to multiply that times 85%. With that will give us a 15% cushion for cost, and I'd have to explain that later, but because there's ownership interest in these, the owners are going to be responsible. So there really isn't a cost there, but we're going to go ahead and add it in. So anyway, the 15% is deducted from the 17,200, gives us 14,620. Subtract 1% of the cost of that home, and if we'll go back, and it's 790,000. So what we're going to do is we're going to take 1% of that for a monthly cost. That's a rule of thumb. And that leaves us $6,720. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to go to our personal home, which is 5 bedrooms, 3 baths, 4,142 square feet. It's selling for $475,000. 1% of that is $4,750 per month. And what we've done, we've just rounded up to 5,000. So our balance was $6,720 from our investment after the cost of paying the mortgage, the 1%. Plus 15% in other cost, which is actually going to be absorbed by the actual renters of that investment property. So we're going to deduct $5,000 or $4,750, and that leaves us a balance of $1,720. That's interesting. I just noticed that's the exact same amount as our rental. But either way, so that leaves us $1,720. I also wanted to go to Rentometer again and show you that the average per room for that house in that area in Murrieta runs $1,720 for the last 3 months as of today. And that's within a 3-mile radius. And there's 11 homes that this average comes from. So it's pretty plausible. Makes sense. That's what we're at. These numbers here are numbers that I took from batch leads on this property, and it gives an estimated rent of $4,200 for the whole entire house. But what I did is I ended up adding. That's where I got these two numbers right here. This is what Rentometer puts on, gives a value of $3,782 for 6 bedrooms. Since it's an 8, we're adding 2 more for a total of $6,179. I added that $6,179 plus the $4,200, which again comes from the estimated rent from batch leads. Gives us $10,372. We divide that by 2, gives us estimated a rough guess on our rent of $5,189 or $5,190. That's what that is. So recap, we have an 8-bedroom, $13,760 plus the additional 2 rooms from the garage that we're going to add. We're going to have a total of 10. So that gives us $17,200 $17,200 times, well, deducting 15% in cost, but that's probably not going to be the scenario. Leaves us $14,620. $14,620 minus the mortgage cost of $7,900, which is 1% of the cost of the home, leaves us $6,720. $6,720 minus $5,000 for your personal home leaves you $1,720. And that's how we come up with our numbers.